So I know this game was a couple days ago, a little old, but I think it was a Thursday they played or Wednesday. But I just want to say this, man. I'm not really impressed, or I'm not impressed by Duke. I think this is a team. Looks like a team like for this to be John Shire's fourth year, and this is the best thing he puts together. Really disappointing. I mean, they should be a. To me, the team should be a lot better. I don't think this team is elite. I don't think there's anything impressive about them except for their length and their size. Other than that, I don't see any reason to be impressed with Duke. Uh, Caden Boozer, I would have a UDFA grade on, um, or somewhere around there, right? Probably UDFA. He's overhyped to me, right? I'm gonna be honest. Had it not been for the refs, literally just deciding to blow a whistle in the second half instead of the first, and not deciding to blow a whistle in the first half, Caden Boozer would probably would have been in single digits today. I mean, he pulled an SGA and got saved at the free throw line of James Harden. So at least those guys were dominant though in other ways. He is not. I'm not impressed by Caden Boozer. Like I said, I have a UDFA grade on him. He's way overhyped. He would have been in single digits today had it not been for the refs in the second half. Um, this dude team is way overrated. Not impressive. Offensively, they stink. I don't see anything offensively that dude's gonna be able to hang their hat on other than Isaiah Evans. Other than him, I don't see them getting much contributions from anybody else. Like there's no other guys that scare you offensively for Duke when you're playing them. And defensively, they're lengthy. They have big size. And so they're one of the few teams, or probably the only team in college that can really as tall and lanky as they are. But eventually, you got to have some offense. I don't think they have it. For this to be, like I said, to be Sean Shire's fourth year and this is the best team on the floor is really disappointing. If you're a Duke fan, I think, or just anybody watching college basketball, it's just not an impressive team. This team doesn't look like anything special. And then it looked like honestly with John Shire, he goes out there and recruits the highest rated guys instead of recruiting the best players. And at the end of the day, when you're not recruiting the best players, you have issues. I don't care where you're at, and I don't feel like he's recruiting the best players. Because Caleb Foster is not anything hot, um, and that's who you recruit to be your starting point guard at Duke. I just expect that. Like the Duke I grew up on, every dude was an NBA dude. Like every dude at Duke was an NBA dude, right? And so when that's why I grew up on Cam Reddish, Zion Williamson, R.J. Barrett, all those dudes. Like every dude was damn near an NBA dude, and they were just high level players. And then going from that to Caleb Foster and Patrick Gongba. I mean, I like no, Gongba. We'll see, but Caleb Foster, man. I mean, that's embarrassing, dude. He ain't what I grew up on. I tell you that right now. This program to me, the program's gonna fall off. And wouldn't shock me if John Shire ends up being the James Franklin of college basketball. Um, yeah, I am not moved by Duke at all. When it comes to Texas, I am very much impressed by Tech. I don't say impressed, but I'm excited. It really wouldn't shock me. I really expect Texas to become a powerhouse basketball program. I think Sean Mills building it the right way, uh, and has the right coaching staff, and for him to come in here with his first game ever, and a lot of his players' first games ever, um, and come in here and compete with Duke for a half, I think was really impressive. Got away from them in the second half, but he came in here for a half and competed. And he hasn't even got a high school recruiting class in yet. He hasn't even got a full portal. I mean, he got his portal guys, but let him build a roster first, and then let him build his roster out, and then go get another portal class, add it to what we already have, and then see what his roster looks like in year two and year three with another recruiting class, another portal class, adding more dudes and retaining the guys that we need to retain. I feel like are realistic guys that we can retain. Um, you know. So I think I don't think I know Sean Mills gonna turn this Texas team into a top what Chris Beard was what we were becoming and what we were with Chris Beard. We're gonna become with Sean Miller. It's just gonna be differently. Chris Beard was a defensive mastermind. I think Sean Miller is an offensive mastermind. Or offensive, or right offensive mind, I should say. And I think it's gonna be done. What it's gonna be a high scoring team. That's gonna be able to shoot threes and make plays and all that kind of stuff in the future. Not maybe not this year's team, but in the future when he gets his personnel. Remember, Xavier was the fourth highest 3 point shoot team in the 3 point shooting team in the country last year when he was there at Xavier. His last year at Xavier, which was last year. So it's gonna become that at Texas. I really think this team's gonna go have a really good run this year. And it's hard because Duke is really lanky. And there's only one team that's built like Duke defensively, with the length they have and the size, and that's Duke really. I mean, the team's built like that from point guard to center, especially even off the bench. So I think that when the Texas team gets more realistic teams who aren't built like Duke, they'll look a lot better offensively. And this team's going to be able to be a really good team, really fun. And Shaman's going to build a top 10 national powerhouse at Texas. And what they say, a united Texas is a reckoning Texas, and we're united now basketball wise, and we're gonna be reckoning. We're gonna be a wrecking ball for college basketball. Because when Texas at its best, you don't want to play us. Y'all guys, Chris Beard saved y'all. Let's be real. Oh, I also want to say this: when it comes to Cameron Boozer, to me, like I said, you did figure out him. I actually like Caden Boozer better. I look at Caden Boozer almost like a Derek White. I think ability to pass and shoot. I think that better passer, but a better ability to pass and shoot comes naturally. I think his ability to be a 15 to 20 point per game scorer at the NBA and be a high level player on a championship team, if not borderline all star. So I think Caden Boozer is better than Karen Boozer. I like him better. I think he'd be that Derek White type and make big shots in big moments, and then even expand his offensive game, even like a Jared McCain too, where you can become just a full three level scorer and score, get to the rim, get to the mid range, get to the 3 point line, get all that kind of stuff. Master the pick and roll game, master reading defenses, understand defensive coverages, understand personnel and what they're gonna do with that personnel. I think it'd be that. I like Caden Boozer over Karen Boozer. I like Caleb Wilson over Karen Boozer, and I like Corey Peter over Karen Boozer. I probably have Karen when it comes to just power forwards or power forwards. I probably have Caden Boozer or Cameron Boozer third, right now behind Corey Pete and Caleb Wilson. I like those guys better, and I think they'll show throughout the season.